Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Z's Astrology, your go-to channel for all things Vedic astrology. Now, before I start today's main discussion, I just want to say something from my heart. My deepest condolences to the innocent people of India and to our brave Shaheeds who have lost their lives in the recent border clashes. I offer my heartfelt gratitude to all three wings of our defense forces, the Army, Navy and Air Force. A sincere thank you to each and every one of you. We are proud of you. We trust you and we stand with you. My prayers and unwavering support are always with our courageous soldiers. Your sacrifices will never be forgotten. So now let's begin. So after Saturn's recent transit into Pisces, we are now heading into another major planetary shift. This time it's Jupiter who is going to change sign. Jupiter will be moving out of Taurus and entering Gemini on May 14. It's a big deal because Jupiter comes into Gemini only once in 12 years. And before diving deeper, I would be grateful if you could subscribe, like and share these videos with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you are always up to date with our latest content. You can also follow Z's Astrology on Instagram now, and for personal consultations, feel free to email me. All the links are provided in the description box below. I had already mentioned in one of my earlier videos that Jupiter will be in what's called an Atichari phase. It means Jupiter will be moving faster than usual, and this movement won't just last for a few months. It will continue for many years. I will explain more about what Atichari actually means as we go ahead in this video. Now let's talk about Jupiter's transit in Gemini, what it actually means. You see, the sign Gemini is ruled by Mercury and is known for being curious, flexible and full of new ideas, desires and courage. This sign is connected to things like communication, traveling, learning, marketing, sales, and even younger siblings. It also shows our different kind of desires, whether they are material or physical. On the other hand, Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, knowledge, and higher thinking. Jupiter is all about dharma, knowing what's right and what's wrong. And it actually helps us grow spiritually and mentally. It also rules our positivity and belief system. So when Jupiter enters Gemini, a sign that often has dual thoughts or mixed emotions, it can lead to a lot of back and forth thinking. People might feel a bit confused or unsure about what they truly want or what decisions to make. You say Gemini is not a comfortable position for Jupiter. Why? The reason is that Jupiter, who is like a wise teacher or guru, already holds deep knowledge and wisdom. But in Gemini, which is a sign of curiosity and constant learning, Jupiter is asked to behave more like a student rather than teacher, or even like a young child, hopping around, exploring new ideas, learning new things again and again. So it's a bit uncomfortable for Jupiter here, because instead of sitting peacefully and teaching or sharing wisdom, it is now being pushed to explore things it may already know or doesn't really need to learn in that way. This curious and restless energy of Gemini doesn't completely match with the calm, mature and wise nature of Jupiter. That's why Jupiter isn't in the best position here. Still, during this time, people will naturally feel like learning something new. There will be a strong urge to explore different subjects, different experiences and gain new skills, mostly for practical reasons or personal benefit. But the key here is to stay open-minded and practical. It's important to step out of your comfort zone and try new things with a positive, humble attitude. If you do that, this phase can actually bring a lot of growth and useful learning. One thing I would like to mention is that until when Jupiter was in Taurus earlier, many people experience easy money and gains, especially through things like stock market, speculation and similar sources. It was a phase where wealth came more smoothly for many. But now that Jupiter has moved into Gemini, things won't work in the same way. Jupiter in Gemini is not going to support easy gains like it did in Taurus. Also, Jupiter is now placed 4th from Saturn and Saturn is 10th from Jupiter. This planetary combination or relationship also doesn't support sudden or effortless success. In fact, in my earlier video on Saturn's transit in Pisces, I had mentioned that Saturn in Pisces won't allow shortcuts or quick rewards. It expects hard work and steady effort. And now Jupiter's position is also supporting the same theme. Now regarding the Atichari movement of Jupiter, Jupiter will remain Atichari until early 2033. This means for the next several years, Jupiter won't be spending a full year in one sign like it usually does. Instead, it will move much faster. For example, in 2025, this year Jupiter entered Gemini on May 14, but by October 19, just 5 or 6 months later, it will already leave Gemini and enter Cancer. Normally, Jupiter takes one full year to cross one zodiac sign. So this quick movement is quite unusual and it doesn't stop here. After entering Cancer in October, Jupiter will turn retrograde in November in the same sign and then will return into Gemini. Then again it will move forward and re-enter Cancer in 2026. After spending some months there, some time there, it will move into Leo in October 2026. So this kind of back and forth movement of Jupiter will continue for the next several years for up to 2033. Usually Jupiter's slow and steady transit brings consistent results. But now, due to this fast motion, the effects might feel irregular when it's moving directly. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde during this Atichari phase, its impact can feel much stronger than the usual retrograde phases of Jupiter. So when Jupiter becomes retrograde in November 2025, that time might feel more intense or significant than its previous retrograde periods. Now here, with this position of Jupiter in Gemini, the happiness of Saturn is Jupiter. But the karma of Jupiter is Saturn. Because Jupiter is 4th from Saturn and Saturn is 10th from Jupiter. So easy gains will not be here. So what will happen is that Jupiter in Gemini can actually increase desires within us. These desires can be for anything, for wealth, success, knowledge, or even spiritual or physical desires. On the other hand, Rahu will soon enter Aquarius, the house which represents fulfillment of desires, also ruled by Saturn. Both Jupiter and Rahu will be aspecting each other here. And as we know, Saturn is currently transiting Pisces, the house of losses or sacrifices, and will stay there until mid-2027. So what does this mean? That if someone has negative desires, selfish intentions, or harmful thoughts, then it will not be entertained in the long run. But if someone has a pure or meaningful desires, those may actually get fulfilled in the long run. So this period is really about watching your intentions carefully. One good thing about Jupiter in Gemini is that it can really boost communication skills. So people working in writing, speaking, media or marketing fields might feel more confident and expressive. It's a great time to learn new ways of sharing your ideas. But again, with Rahu and Jupiter both influencing each other, we need to be careful. Rahu tries to distract or confuse this Jupiter, while Jupiter tries to guide towards truth. So sometimes people might use their strong communication skills to manipulate or mislead others for their own benefit. This could especially be seen in media and advertisement, where there might be a lot of hype, rumors, or even false information being spread. Jupiter's transit in Gemini during this time, it may bring some small obstructions in your travel plans. Like if you are planning to travel somewhere, there could be delays or changes. But looking at the planetary positions, especially for the people residing in India, I would suggest that if you are planning any major travel, wait until Jupiter enters Punarvasu Nakshatra. That will be after August 2025. So the best time to plan your travel will be post August 2025. One thing to keep in mind is that since Jupiter is currently in Mercury's sign and Saturn is in Jupiter's sign Pisces, the position of both Saturn and Mercury and nakshatra, sign wise and nakshatra wise, will also become very important here. And one more thing, the planetary positions, all the current planetary positions and the upcoming planetary positions are not supportive to Jupiter in Gemini, because soon on June 7, Mars will enter the sign of Leo and come into conjunction with Ketu. Around the same time on June 14, Jupiter will enter Ardra Nakshatra while still in Gemini. So we will have Jupiter in Ardra, Mars with Ketu in Leo. This is quite a fiery combination. Rahu and Jupiter will be aspecting each other, Saturn in Pisces in Uttar Bhadrapad. And in the month of June and July, Sun will enter Gemini and join Jupiter there. So the energy, overall energy will be extremely high. There could be more anger or more aggression. So all these things can trigger intense situations, and unfortunately it may increase chances of conflict or even war-like situations between countries. Especially since Mars will also be aspecting Saturn during this time, which adds even more tension or challenge to this part. After that, Mars will move into Virgo, and at that point both Saturn and Mars will be directly aspecting each other. So from early June to the mid of September, we must be extra alert. This period could bring pressure and escalation at the national level, especially for our country. This time can be very sensitive. But the good news is from August 13 onwards, Jupiter will enter Punarvasu Nakshatra, and once that happens, we may begin to see more peace and stability returning slowly and gradually, but the prominent effect will be seen after September only, because Punarvasu is construction after the destruction of Ardra. Although Punarvasu represents repetition, so repetition will be there. Yes, it will still involve hard work. Punarvasu will involve hard work, because whenever there is a rebuilding effort is needed, but at least things will start calming down a bit. Even though Atichari planets are usually considered unstable as said earlier, but in this particular case, this year, it might actually be a blessing, because if Jupiter had moved at its normal speed, it would have stayed in Ardra Nakshatra for at least 3 to 4 months, which could have made the difficult phase even longer. But since it's Atichari, Jupiter will stay in Ardra for around 2 months only. So the intensity of that difficult period will be shorter. And later this year, when Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, which is its exaltation sign, things will become even more guided and clear and calm as well. Especially for India, this is important, because as per India's chart, 5 planets are placed in the sign of Cancer. So when Jupiter moves over these major planets, its wisdom and strength will guide us, will guide our country, and will help us make the right decisions, take the right actions at the right time. And no matter what kind of difficulties come, people will still feel somewhere inside that they can overcome challenges. So that's a good thing. Hope should always be there. There's one planet that's silently doing its work in the background. So all the planetary positions, chaos we are seeing, all of it is happening under the silent watch of no other than Saturn. Saturn is letting all the planets do what they want to do. But Saturn will be the one giving the final results. Either positive or negative depends on your karmas and chart. This chaos that we are seeing right now, especially the war-like situations, only Saturn has the power to pull things back and settle them. And since Saturn is sitting in Jupiter's sign, Jupiter will also help Saturn when it comes when it comes time to deliver results of karma. Now coming to the aspects of Jupiter, Jupiter's fifth aspect will fall on Libra. And the fifth aspect of Jupiter is called learning aspect. So people will be asked to learn something, especially how to balance different areas of their life. Jupiter will ask you to balance your personal life, your career, your emotions, and even your relationships. You will learn a lot about how to communicate better with your loved ones and also in your work life. So this is a time to improve your communication and be more understanding. Even in your career, Jupiter will teach you how to be more diplomatic in your speech. But yes, these teachings are not always easy, because whenever we are learning something new, it feels confusing in the beginning, but we don't always know how to react. But eventually things will settle and learnings will help you grow from inside. And Rahu will also be aspect in Libra from Aquarius when it enters Aquarius. So Libra will have a double transit of both Jupiter and Rahu. So it is best for you to remain on the right path, to remain on the path of righteousness in wherever Libra falls in your chart, and not to get carried away by the Maya or the illusion of Rahu. But it will be a good period for this double transit, will be good for new learnings. These teachings will not be easy to learn initially. Now coming to the seventh aspect of Jupiter. This aspect will fall on the sign of Sagittarius. And here Saturn is also giving its aspect on Sagittarius. I had already said in my earlier videos that when both Jupiter and Saturn give their aspect on the same sign, like they are doing now in Sagittarius, it's called double transit. And this double transit brings major changes, both on the outside world, that is on the macro level, and on micro level as well, that is on personal side. This double aspect can bring out hidden truths. It can expose scams or anything that has been hidden, whether it's in politics, society, or personal matters as well. But at the same time, it can also create some aggression among people. There can be rise in internal conflicts or heated debates, even on individual level, especially debates related to religion or belief system. People may become more reactive, but the deeper reason behind this is cleansing. Jupiter and Saturn are not doing this to harm anyone. They are trying to clean out what's not right. This will be the time where anything that is not based on the truth or dharma may come out and get cleared. This impact will be strongest during June and July. And yes, during these months, fire-related incidents or internal riots may also increase. As said earlier, the intensity of this period can also amplify war-like situation. But on a more hopeful note, this can be a very good time for students or for people who want to go for higher education if your chart supports it. And many people may even get an opportunity to go abroad for studies or level up their qualification, again if your chart supports. Now coming to Jupiter's ninth aspect. This aspect falls on the sign of Aquarius, and very soon Rahu will also enter Aquarius. So Rahu and Jupiter will start aspecting each other. Now this is a very interesting situation, because Rahu in its own nature can sometimes try to misguide or create illusions, and Rahu will be aspecting Jupiter. So it may try to influence Jupiter with its desires, shortcuts or temptations. But on the other hand, Jupiter is also aspecting Rahu. And with whatever positivity Jupiter has, it will try to guide Rahu. Jupiter will try to bring some light and help Rahu walk the right path. So this will be a push and pull energy Rahu may try to pull Jupiter towards shortcuts and material greed, but Jupiter will try to bring dharma, positivity, and long term thinking to Rahu. So it's going to be a tug of war between the right path and the shortcut path. And we all will experience this in different ways in our personal lives. Because of this energy, some people might become too eager to gain knowledge or too greedy to achieve something quickly. But if you are conscious, if you are self-aware, Jupiter's energy can help you pause, think, and choose the better way. Now, one thing to keep in mind is during this time, whenever Mercury transits signs like Gemini, Virgo, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, or Pisces, these periods can trigger major events in your life. This will vary from person to person depending on your personal chart. It could be positive or difficult. That part depends on your own karmas and your own chart. Now, who will feel this transit of Jupiter and Gemini the most? First of all, people with Gemini ascendant or moon sign will definitely feel it strongly. After that, Aries, Scorpio, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces ascendant or moon sign will also feel this impact quite deeply. Apart from that, if you have any major planet placed in 3rd, 6th, 8th, or 12th house, or if you have Jupiter placed in these houses in your chart, then this time may be more intense for you. Also, if you have Jupiter in conjunction with any other important planet, or if you have major placements in Sagittarius or Pisces, then this transit will impact you more. Now, coming to the remedial part, doing Mahamrutyunjay Jap and chanting Vishnu Sahasranam during this time will be very helpful and beneficial. These chants create calmness, strength, and clarity during such intense times. Lastly, this is a time of transformation, deep transformation, the kind that shifts us slowly over time. Every planet is playing a role, and together they are shaping a new phase in our lives. Now, let's quickly see the ascendant wise analysis. Aries ascendant. For Aries natives, Jupiter entering your 3rd house, the sign of Gemini. This transit is going to open up opportunities for learning, improving our communication, and even working on your skills. It's a beautiful time to start something new, something that helps you grow mentally and creatively. Whether it's writing, speaking, social media, or simply learning something that excites you, this is your time to explore. Your curiosity will increase. You will feel the urge to learn, to connect, to express more. And that's a good thing, because Jupiter here will help you build your knowledge and work on your talents. But at the same time, if we look at your ascendant lord Mars, then it won't be in a very comfortable position for quite a long time this year. So even though Jupiter is giving you this boost, Mars might create some challenges or pressure. And when Mars isn't well placed, there are chances of conflicts or even situations where you might feel insulted or misunderstood. So I would really suggest that whatever you are planning to do it with clear strategy. Don't act in haste. Jupiter is giving you wisdom, so use that wisdom before making any move. Take your time, plan properly. Also, soon Rahu will enter Aquarius, your 11th house, and will be aspecting this Jupiter. Now, when Rahu aspects Jupiter, it can sometimes bring a little distortion. It might increase your desires. It may even push you towards manipulating others through your words, especially because Jupiter is in the house of communication. So just be mindful. If you are using your words for good purpose, that's fine. But if the intention is purely selfish or for shortcuts, remember Saturn is positioned in your 12th house, which is your 11th lord. In the long run, Saturn will not support any shortcut-based gains. On the brighter side, if you are someone who knows what you want and you are clear about your goals, then this is a great time to start something new. Jupiter will guide you. It will help you understand what steps to take. But again, I will repeat, do everything with full wisdom, proper strategy, and a lot of patience. Don't rush. This Jupiter can also bring a little pressure when it comes to your neighbors or younger siblings, because wherever Jupiter is positioned, it gives some weight or little heaviness in that area. You might feel like this, especially when Jupiter is transiting through Ardra Nakshatra. It won't be very intense, just some minor issues here and there. But yes, during Ardra phase, do stay a little mindful. On the other hand, your younger siblings might get opportunities to go abroad during this time, and you too can think about starting something connected to foreign lands, like import export or anything international, if done with proper planning. Now Jupiter is your ninth lord, and when it sits in the third house in Gemini, it does support traveling. But looking at the planetary positions, especially for people of India, I would suggest that if you are planning any major travel, especially international travel, wait until Jupiter enters Punarvasu Nakshatra. That will be after August 2025. So the best time to plan your travel will be after August. Now those of you who are working in any field related to communication, like media advertising, public relations, content creation, this can be a really positive time for you. Jupiter's energy will support growth in these areas. But as I said earlier, there might be situations where you feel insulted or misunderstood. And when that happens, instead of reacting impulsively with Martian energy, try to handle it with calm wisdom of Jupiter. It will save you from unnecessary conflicts. This is also a beautiful time for people who are involved in creative work, especially films, video production, any kind of storytelling medium. Now let's come to the aspects of Jupiter. Jupiter's fifth aspect will fall on your seventh house, the sign of Libra. If you are unmarried and looking for a partner, this aspect can help you meet someone suitable. If you are already married, Jupiter's influence can bring harmony, emotional guidance, and a feeling of contentment in your relationship. But at the same time, Jupiter being the teacher will also make you learn. You will learn how to balance your personal life and your professional life. You will become more aware of how your words and your approach can affect your partner. Jupiter will gently guide you towards building your marriage or partnership through understanding, communication, and emotional maturity. So if there have been any tensions in your relationship lately, this is a wonderful time to work on it and heal it. And now if you are a business person, Jupiter's fifth aspect on your seventh house is considered very favorable. It can bring in new business deals, partnerships, and networking opportunities. But here's a word of caution: Rahu is also aspecting this house. So there's a double transit of Rahu and Jupiter in Libra, which means while there's growth, there's also a chance of deception. There can be misunderstandings, false promises, or even frauds in business dealings. So please be very careful. If any deal is happening, make sure you check all the paperwork properly before signing anything. Don't trust anything or anyone blindly. The positive thing is that this double transit of Jupiter and Rahu can also spark bold, innovative ideas. You may suddenly feel inspired to start something new, to take a big step in your career or business. Jupiter in your third house, the house, and aspecting your fifth house, the house of partnerships, it is a strong indicator that you may initiate something new. But again, only if it's well planned and thought thoroughly. Now coming to the seventh aspect of Jupiter, Jupiter's seventh aspect will fall on Sagittarius, which is your ninth aspect. And Sagittarius is also getting a double transit too from both Jupiter and Saturn. So your ninth house will experience deep transformations during this time. This double aspect can completely change your outlook in life, especially related to your belief systems, your spiritual path, your relationship with your guru or father figure. It may shake old ideas, but only so that something better can rise in its place. You may start thinking about what's truly right or wrong for you. What is your real plan? What is your dharma? But along with this transformation, you need to take care of your health. Saturn is in your 12th house and soon Ketu will enter Leo, your 5th house. These placements can increase heat of fire element in your body. So be mindful of things like acidity or stress related health issues. This is also the time to keep close watch on your father's health regarding the same things which I mentioned now. But don't worry, Jupiter's base is still with you. If any health issues arise, you will also find the right guidance, the right healing path. Jupiter will help you find solutions. Overall, this is a very powerful time for spiritual growth, higher learning, and deeper inner transformation. Now, the 9th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 11th house, which is the sign of Aquarius. And soon Rahu will also transit here. So, this combination can open doors for financial gains, network growth, and achieving your goals and desires. But like I mentioned earlier, it's very important that you choose the right path. Jupiter will support you only if your intentions and efforts are genuine and rooted in truth. If you chase your dreams with honesty, then yes, this period can bring significant financial improvement, success in your ventures, and even fulfillment of long-held ambitions. However, Rahu here may also tempt you towards shortcuts, unrealistic goals, or illusions of quick success, what we call as Maya. So it becomes really important for you to keep your desires in check. Don't get too carried away by flashy opportunities or sudden success stories around you. Instead, focus on what's meaningful, realistic, and long-term. Jupiter will guide you, but only if you are willing to walk the right path with clarity and patience. This can be a truly rewarding time, both financially and in terms of your personal growth, if you remain grounded and choose wisdom over illusion. Taurus ascendant. For Taurus ascendants, Jupiter is going to transit your 2nd house, the sign of Gemini. Jupiter is the lord of your 8th house and 11th house. So naturally, this transit brings a mix of sudden changes, transformations, and gains. Since the 8th house deals with unpredictability and the 11th house is the house of gains, this transit can bring sudden financial benefits but also fluctuations. It won't be a smooth ride throughout. You may feel like money is coming in, but it is also going out unexpectedly. You might even experience sudden changes in your family relationships, especially if there are unresolved tensions. There can also be an addition to your family or some auspicious event happening in your family. However, if this Jupiter is well placed in your personal chart, these sudden changes can turn into positive transformation, bringing harmony at home and steady monetary growth. Since Jupiter is also your 11th lord, gains will come. But because Saturn is in your 11th house, they may come with delays, effort, and through a disciplined approach. So don't expect quick or effortless returns. Now, Jupiter in the 2nd house also influences your speech, your food, and your food habits and your values. When Jupiter enters Ardhara Nakshatra, you need to be extra careful with your words. Avoid harsh language and impulsive speaking. Handle delicate situations with calmness and patience. Also take care of your health and your family's health. Jupiter being your 8th lord in the 2nd house can sometimes bring unexpected health issues, especially related to food, like digestive problems, acidity, or sugar imbalance. Jupiter here can also increase your cravings for sweet or junk food. So it becomes very important to stick to Sattvic diet and maintain healthy food habits. This is also a good time to work on your relationships, especially with family. Jupiter can help you heal old issues and bring more understanding, but only if you act with maturity and patience. This same Jupiter can also support your wealth building efforts, but it will test your ethics because Rahu is also aspecting this Jupiter. Your financial decisions may be tempted by shortcuts or unethical choices, so it becomes absolutely necessary to stay on the right path. Don't get swayed by the illusion of fast money or shortcuts. Use the wisdom of Jupiter to make grounded long-term decisions. Now, coming to the fifth aspect of Jupiter, it falls on 6th house, the sign of Libra. This is a good time for debt management. If you are preparing for competitive exams, this transit can give you focus and discipline to succeed. But hard work is essential. Jupiter will support you only if your efforts are sincere. The 6th house is also about enemies, challenges, and daily routines. Jupiter's aspect here can ease tensions with adversaries and help you deal with everyday stress in a better manner. You will be able to manage challenges with more clarity, but remember, this is a house of service and discipline. So Jupiter may push you to learn things that are outside your comfort zone. That learning might feel tough at first, but it will help you grow, so don't resist it. Also, Rahu will be also aspecting this house when it enters Aquarius. So it will also help you in managing your adversaries or your enemies in a positive manner. But don't use shortcuts, especially for students. Don't use shortcuts. Now coming to the 7th aspect of Jupiter, it falls on 8th house, the sign of Sagittarius. And along with Jupiter, Saturn is also aspecting this house, which creates a double transit. So this combination can bring slight relief if you have been facing any chronic health issues. But remember, it's not complete relief. It's more like an invitation to take those issues seriously and start working on them. Jupiter and Saturn together can reveal any hidden or unattended health concerns, especially those that you may have been ignoring or were unaware of. This is your time to begin the healing process. Spiritually, this is actually a beautiful and transformative phase. It's an ideal time to dive deep into occult sciences, astrology, spirituality, or any subject that requires deep research or inner work. If you are into technical studies or research-based professions, this transit will support your focus, patience, and depth of understanding. Apart from that, this phase can also bring unexpected financial gains, possibly through inheritance, insurance, or family assets. If you have been expecting some ancestral property, this period may support that. However, you also need to stay alert regarding your father's health. Both Jupiter and Saturn's influence on 8th house requires you to be more responsible and attentive in this area. Saturn's aspect here also means that some hardships or insulting situations may arise. You may feel hurt by someone's harsh words or attacked emotionally. In those moments, use the grace and wisdom of Jupiter. Jupiter's energy will provide you faith and a positive mindset. One important thing during this time is that please avoid giving loans or lending money to anyone, including your relatives and friends. There is a high chance that it may not come back or lead to complications later on. Now let's move to the 9th aspect of Jupiter, which is falling in your 10th house, the sign of Aquarius. This is a positive period for professional matters. If you have been dealing with stagnancy or setbacks in your career, this aspect can bring support and growth, especially if you have been working ethically and with integrity. However, a word of caution, because Rahu is also transiting your 10th house. It can create illusion, restlessness, or the desire to take shortcuts. So while Jupiter is giving you a positive push towards progress, Rahu may try to distract you, maybe by tempting you with unrealistic offers or tempting you towards risky or unethical choices. So the best way to navigate this period is to stay grounded and allow Jupiter's wisdom to guide your career moves. Don't take impulsive decisions related to job change, public image, or even your new ventures. Think it through, stick to the ethical path, and avoid ego-driven or hasty actions. Gemini ascendants. Now Jupiter will be transiting your first house, the sign of Gemini, your ascendant, your Lagna. Jupiter for you rules your 7th house and your 10th house. So when Jupiter enters your first house, it brings its blessings into your entire life, because the first house is your overall personality, your health, your mindset, and how you approach life. This transit is powerful because Saturn is also transiting your 10th house, your karma bhav, and now Jupiter is directly impacting your first house, being the 10th lord. Together, these two transits will bring big transformations in your career, your goals, and your identity. But remember, changes won't be quick or easy. Progress will be slow, steady, and dependent on your hard work. You will have to show patience and consistent effort in order to see visible results. Jupiter in the first house blesses you with confidence, hope, and positivity, and this hope becomes extremely important when you are going through challenges. Jupiter will give you the emotional and mental strength to not give up and instead work through obstacles with wisdom and faith. This is also the time when your personality will improve. People might start looking up to you for advice or guidance. You will feel more responsible about your life decisions and the direction you are heading on. However, Jupiter in the first house can also trigger a strong liking for food, some unhealthy food, especially sweet or rich or junk food. If this transit works positively in your chart, it can turn it into a sattvic lifestyle. You may naturally feel drawn or inclined towards healthy, pure, and mindful eating habits, including fresh food or even fasting and all that. But if Jupiter goes negative in your chart, or if you indulge too much in junk or sweets or oily food or any sort of unhealthy food, then this placement can easily lead to weight gain or health issues. So if you already struggle with weight issues or bad food habits, this is the time to be extra careful. Discipline in daily routine life, mindful eating, and regular exercise is very important during this time. This is also a beautiful time for learning and gaining knowledge. Whether you want to upgrade your skills, pursue a course, or simply read and grow, Jupiter will support all efforts towards education, spiritual learning, and personal development. And the knowledge you gain now will transform not only your career but also your inner self. Rahu and Jupiter will be aspecting each other, because Rahu will be entering Aquarius now, your 9th house. So positively, this can enhance your luck, but on a negative side, this creates a tug of war between Rahu's illusion and Jupiter's wisdom. On one hand, Jupiter is trying to guide Rahu towards the path of truth and dharma. On the other hand, Rahu is trying to confuse or mislead Jupiter, trying to drag your life toward shortcuts, distractions, and unethical ways. So you may feel confused about what is right or what is wrong. You might experience situations where temptations, wrong guidance, or easy looking opportunities come your way. But you must use Jupiter's wisdom, stay calm, and think before you act, because Jupiter is in your first house. You have the upper hand. If you stay aligned to truth, keep your actions ethical, and maintain self-discipline, you will come out of this transit stronger, more respected, and spiritually uplifted. This is a powerful time for inner growth, building your identity with values, realigning your life with your soul's purpose. Jupiter will guide you, but only if you listen. Now, regarding the aspect of Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on Libra, your 5th house. This is a time full of learning and creativity. Jupiter is the natural karaka of wisdom, and its fifth aspect enhances your ability to absorb knowledge. This is a great period for students, especially those preparing for competitive exams or anyone involved in higher learning or intellectual pursuits. So please don't waste this opportunity. If you are studying or thinking of learning something new, or then go for it wholeheartedly. Professionally, this transit will support people involved in teaching, creativity, arts, and anything where imagination is required. Some unresolved matters related to your love life or children may come up now. Not to disturb you, but to be healed and resolved. Jupiter wants you to learn how to balance these parts in your life and take mature decisions with calmness and clarity. Engaging in spiritual practices like mantra chanting, meditation, or even exploring your creative expression through spiritual means will be very fulfilling. And yes, those trying for conceiving a child may find this time supportive, especially if the overall chart is supportive. Conception may be possible. Now, the seventh aspect of Jupiter will fall on your seventh house, Sagittarius. If you are unmarried, this period can bring favorable time for marriage proposal. These marriages can be karmic in nature, because Jupiter is not only aspecting this house, Saturn is also aspecting this house. There is double transit happening in your seventh house. If you are in any toxic relationship, this transit can push you to walk away from it. But if there are problems in a marriage or partnership that can be healed, both Jupiter and Saturn together will guide you to work on it, heal it, and rebuild it slowly and steadily. This also applies to business partnership, and if there are hidden issues, misunderstandings, or trust problems, they will now come to light. Not to create chaos, but so that you can fix what needs fixing. And remember, Saturn teaches patience and Jupiter teaches wisdom. So if you combine patience with the right decisions, your relationships will actually become stronger and better in the long run. For those into businesses, yes, this is a positive time, but don't make hasty decisions. Double check everything before making any deal. Read every document. Don't blindly trust or don't rush. If you are cautious and grounded, Jupiter and Saturn will support your growth. Now, the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your ninth house, the sign of Aquarius, which is your Dharma Bhav. This is one of the most spiritually significant aspects. But very interestingly, Rahu will also be entering your ninth house, as said earlier. So now you will have Jupiter aspecting Rahu and Rahu aspecting Jupiter. So on one side, Rahu in the ninth house can tempt you to take shortcuts, to follow false guru, or to develop a rigid or rebellious mindset toward your beliefs or higher knowledge or anything in your life. It can make you question everything, including religion and long-standing values. But the ninth aspect here acts like a spiritual filter. Jupiter will try to guide Rahu, pulling you towards truth, higher values, and real knowledge. This is what we call a grace aspect. It may protect you from going off path, but only if you listen to your inner voice, stay humble, and follow ethical actions. If this combination goes positive in your chart, it can lead to spiritual awakening, open-mindedness, and liberation from orthodox or rigid thinking. Your perspective on life, dharma, religion, and the universe may shift into something much more vast and inclusive. You may even develop a deeper connection with higher divine truth. However, please do keep an eye on your father's health during this time. The ninth house also represents your father, and with Rahu's presence, it can bring some concern there. Cancer ascendant. For Cancer natives, Jupiter will be transiting your 12th house, the sign of Gemini. Jupiter rules your 6th house and your 9th house. This is a phase that will naturally lead you to introspect on your finances, spending habits, and priorities in life. You may find yourself questioning unnecessary expenses or impulsive purchases. If you have been overlooking your financial discipline, this is a great opportunity to step back and realign. On the spiritual front, this is a very supportive period. Jupiter, as the ninth lord, transiting the 12th house, builds a beautiful connection. And with Saturn positioned in your ninth house, both these slow moving planets are working in harmony to pull you towards a more meaningful spiritual path. You might feel naturally drawn to organize or participate in spiritual activities like puja, havan, katha, etc. at home. These practices will bring peace, clarity, and emotional detoxification. This transit is excellent for those in fields which require imagination. If you are involved in art, or fictional writing, animation, or any such imaginative fields, or your creativity is spiritually driven and intuitive, then it can be positive period for you. You may also start writing or creating something based on your inner experiences. Those wanting to pursue higher studies, especially in abroad, will find this a favorable period. Foreign travel is also supported, particularly if it's connected to work, studies, or spiritual exploration. But travel may not be very smooth. There might be delays or small setbacks, so patience is needed. Jupiter, being the sixth lord as well in the 12th house, can point to health concerns. It's a time to not to ignore health. Take care of your immunity, sleep, and your emotional well-being. Hospital visits, medical expenses, or interactions with healing institutions may increase during this time. Now, the Jupiter's fifth aspect will fall on your fourth house, the sign of Libra. The 12th, 4th, and 8th houses are called the Moksha Trikon. So, when Jupiter, a planet of wisdom, connects them, it intensifies inner growth. This aspect can bring a calmer, more reflective environment at home. You may feel like rearranging your space, making your home more peaceful, or even incorporating spiritual elements into your living area. And this is also a good time if you are looking to purchase property or a vehicle, especially in a foreign land or near spiritual areas. But make sure you double check every legal documentation in detail, as the 12th house also relates to hidden matters and confusion. And Rahu is also aspecting Libra, your 4th house. So there can be chances of frauds as well. So please do everything with proper planning, with proper documentation work. And if done hastily, it could lead into disputes. So please don't do that. Now the 7th aspect of Jupiter falls on your 6th house, Sagittarius. Saturn also aspects this house. So once again, there is a double transit. Your prarabdha is getting activated, which can trigger major events in your life to clear your pending karmas. The 6th house deals with health issues, your daily work routine, debt, legal issues, and enemies competition. You may experience challenges in these areas, such as feeling overwhelmed by daily work, having clashes with co-workers, or facing competition. But on a positive side, issues will surface not to disturb you, but so that you actively deal with them. If you are consistent, patient, and strategic, this can become a great time to defeat your challenges, clear your debts, and come out of a long-standing legal and or health problem. Those preparing for competitive exams can benefit if they stay focused and disciplined. Jupiter will provide wisdom. Lastly, Jupiter's 9th aspect falls on your 8th house, the sign of Aquarius, where Rahu will soul enter. This creates an aspect exchange between Jupiter and Rahu. Rahu in the 8th can stir up sudden events, mystical insights, and even hidden fears. Sometimes even sudden health troubles or issues related to shared finances and in-laws. But Jupiter's positive aspect here will try to guide you, protect you, and lessen the damage, especially if you are willing to work on your inner fears, health habits, and relationship dynamics. There could be ups and downs in your relationship with your in-laws, but again, this is not to destroy, it's to reveal, heal, and mature. This is a very strong time for diving into research, astrologically or astrology, occult, psychology, or deep healing practices. If you are already in such fields or interested in exploring them, this is your time. In a summary, this is a period for inner transformation. The more you turn inward, heal past baggage, and stay disciplined and live ethically, the more you will benefit from Jupiter's deep wisdom and Saturn's long-term guidance. Avoid shortcuts, take care of your health, stay alert in financial dealings, and give your spiritual side the attention it's asking for. Leo ascendant. For Leo, it is Jupiter transiting Gemini in your 11th house brings a mix of financial opportunities and some ups and downs because Jupiter rules both your 5th house and your 8th house. The 11th house is the house of gains, social network, fulfillment of desires. So this transit can open up new doors for financial gains, unexpected sudden profits, or even there can be promotions and career advancements provided your overall chart supports it and your efforts are aligned with your true goals. Since Jupiter also rules your 8th house, expect fluctuations. Income might not be stable. It could come in bursts or surprises. So while gains are possible, it's wise to stay cautious and avoid overconfidence in this part. Saturn is positioned in your 8th house Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter. So Saturn won't allow overindulgence or careless risk when it comes to investments. This means don't blindly follow impulsiveness in investments, either it's real estate, speculative ventures, or any other area. Careful analysis and thorough planning are necessary, or losses might occur. On a positive side, this is a beautiful time for learning and research, especially in fields like medicine, astrology, occult, mysticism, archaeology, or any deep scientific or spiritual studies. If you have been wanting to explore such areas, Jupiter's energy will support you strongly. Jupiter will help you identify your true well-wishers in your social circle. It's a good period to strengthen relationship with elder siblings, close friends, and those who genuinely support you. However, beware of letting amplified desires cloud your judgment. Focus only those desires that truly align with your values and long-term goals. Spiritually, this transit is very powerful. With Ketu transiting your 1st house, Saturn in the 8th house, Jupiter in 11th, it creates a unique opportunity for spiritual growth and awakening. You may gain wisdom, deeper knowledge, and new insights that can help your spiritual growth. Not only your spiritual growth, but also your career and personal development. Now coming to the aspects, Jupiter's 5th aspect falls on your 3rd house, Libra. This aspect encourages you to resolve any ongoing issues with your neighbors or younger siblings. Jupiter will bring those tensions to light so you can work on healing them. It also gives you the courage to face challenges that might come from your immediate surroundings. If you are thinking about starting a new project or venture, this is a supportive time. But remember to plan carefully and strategize well. This is good for people in artistic fields, communication, media, entertainment, or any work requiring manual skills. Jupiter will teach you balance here. So don't be overly reckless or overconfident. But since Rahu will be also aspecting this house, so be cautious in certain areas related to your 3rd house, especially neighbors. Though Jupiter will try to resolve any issues with your neighbors, but still there can be a backstabbing if Rahu overpowers this part. So be careful in that part. Now, Jupiter's seventh aspect falls on your fifth house, Sagittarius, where Saturn is also casting its influence. Both Jupiter and Saturn are aspecting the house. Big changes related to your fifth house matters are expected if you have been struggling with conception. This could be a favorable period. But stay mindful of your health during pregnancy. Your relationship with children might see transformation. Some ups and downs are possible. For those in love relationship, this period could either strengthen long-term bonds or lead to breakups. This transit is a time for new learning and growth. Spirituality, mantra chanting and study will be fruitful during this time. Students should focus and work hard. Results will come if you put in the effort. However, this isn't a good time for speculative decisions or speculative investments or impulsive decisions. Play safe and think long term. Now, the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your seventh house, Aquarius, which is soon going to be influenced by Rahu's transit. This makes it crucial to stay grounded and ethical in your dealings, especially in partnerships, marriage, or business. Jupiter's wisdom will guide you to choose the right path and avoid shortcuts or dishonest means. If you are expanding your business or starting new ventures, make sure everything is planned properly with all legal documentation carefully reviewed. Those seeking marriage may find this transit helpful, but it's important to understand your partner well before formalizing anything, because because Rahu will be transiting your seventh house. So it's very important that you understand your partner before marriage. In short, Jupiter's aspect for Leo natives during this transit emphasize wisdom, balance, careful planning, spiritual growth, and ethical conduct in relationships, career, and finances. Use this time to grow consciously and avoid impulsive or risky moves. Virgo ascendant. For Virgo natives, Jupiter will be moving through your 10th house, which is Gemini. Jupiter rules your 4th and your 7th house. So this is a good time for your career and progress. But because Saturn is moving through your 7th house, Pisces, things will need some effort. When Jupiter is in your 10th house, you will have to work hard and stay patient to see real results. Even though it won't be easy, this time is a good for your career if you stay focused and dedicated. Your way of speaking will be very important in your career now. And Jupiter here will help you learn many new things related to your work, including communication. So get ready to learn and grow. Sometimes you might not like what you have to learn and you might feel like finding shortcuts, because Rahu will be aspecting Jupiter from Aquarius. But I would suggest not to take shortcuts. It's better to learn everything Jupiter wants to teach you, because it's for your own good. So please do not fall for the Maya of Rahu and use the Jupiterian wisdom. Now, Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on your 2nd house, the sign of Taurus. This will encourage you to improve your relationship with your family. It will be important to talk calmly and wisely with your loved ones to keep peace. Jupiter will help you see things clearly and avoid misunderstandings. Financially, you might find new ways to earn money or improve your finances. Also, Jupiter's positive energy can help you improve your habits, especially about food and daily routine, making your life healthier and more peaceful if you use this energy well. Now, the 7th aspect of Jupiter will fall on Sagittarius, your 4th house. Saturn is also aspecting this house. So, this is a good time if you want to move or buy property. But be careful with paperwork to avoid problems. You might have some responsibilities related to your mother or family. Jupiter will also teach you to balance your personal and your professional life. You will You may feel pulled between home and career, but you can manage both with the grace of Jupiter. There could be big changes in your home or relationship during this time. You might also do some repairs, renovation, or buy new assets at your home. Jupiter's presence will bring hope and support to the challenges. Saturn brings in your fourth house. Even if things feel heavy, sometimes you will find emotional strength to keep going. Now the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your sixth house, Aquarius. So Rahu will also enter this house. So when Rahu moves here, you might face some more challenges, problems with enemies, or struggles in your daily routine life. It can also bring some health issues, but the good thing is Jupiter's aspect on your sixth house, and Rahu will help you turn those problems into good things slowly and gradually, but only if you stay on the right path in your life. Remember, Rahu will also aspect Jupiter in your 10th house. Rahu might try to confuse Jupiter and make you want to take shortcuts or wrong steps in your career, but please don't do that. Trust Jupiter's wisdom instead of falling for Rahu's illusions. Stay honest and follow the right path, and Jupiter will help you turn any problems caused by Rahu into something positive. About health, please take care of breathing issues or lung issues. Jupiter's influence will help you stay disciplined in your daily routine and support you in fixing any health problems. Try to do yoga, pranayam, or exercise every day to stay healthy. Libra ascendant. For Libra natives, Jupiter will be transiting your 9th house, the sign of Gemini. Jupiter rules your 3rd house and your 6th house. This is a very good time because it can bring spiritual growth. You might find a spiritual guide or get chances for long journeys, especially spiritual ones. It's also a great time for learning. Many Libras will learn new things or might want to study more, like going for higher education. So if you want to gain higher knowledge, this is the time which supports you. On the health side, you should take care of your health and also pay attention to your father's health. Relationships at home might need extra effort, whether it's with your siblings, your parents, your children, or anyone living with you. So if you work on making these relationships better and balanced, Jupiter will bring you more happiness and peace at home. Also, if you stay on the right path, your luck in your life will improve overall. Now the 5th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 1st house, Libra. Because of this, Jupiter will affect your personality and your well-being. You will feel like learning new things and improving yourself or improving your personality. You might also try to find balance between your personal and professional life. One thing to watch out for is that you might gain some weight. So keeping an eye on your diet and lifestyle is very important, because Rahu will also be aspecting the sign from Aquarius. If you take care of your diet and all, then Jupiter's aspect will help you stay healthy and positive. It will bring a positive mindset, making you feel hopeful and motivated. Now the 7th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 3rd house, Sagittarius. Saturn is also aspecting at this house. This combination means big changes in how you communicate and relate with siblings, neighbors, and people close to you or people around you. Saturn might make you feel less confident when starting new things or taking bold steps. But Jupiter brings hope and positivity, helping you overcome all these challenges. Slowly, you will find it easier to talk things out and solve any disagreements, making your relationships better. You might get chances to travel, maybe for work or start new projects. Being polite and wise is how you speak will help you grow and succeed. There could also be some misunderstandings or arguments with neighbors. So try to stay calm and avoid fights. used wisdom of both Jupiter and Saturn to handle things, these situations peacefully. Now, the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your fifth house, Aquarius, where Rahu will soon enter. Both Rahu and Jupiter will be aspecting each other here. So, if you are thinking about having a child, this is a good time. It's also favorable period if you are planning adoption or IVF. But challenges with children can happen, like misunderstandings or sudden problems. So be careful. If you are pregnant, take care of yourself. For students, this time is a very positive period for studies because Rahu and Jupiter together will help you focus deeply and understand things better. It's a great time to improve your knowledge and skills, which will help you later in your career. Also, for some people, this period can bring romantic relationships, but be careful in how you communicate with your partner to avoid misunderstandings. Scorpio ascendants. For Scorpion, it is Jupiter will be moving through your 8th house, the sign of Gemini. Jupiter rules your 2nd house and your 5th house. First, you need to be very careful about your health during this time. This placement is not very easy for health, especially if you already have problems like diabetes, breathing issues, or stomach problems. Jupiter can make these issues bigger, or so please take care of yourself. Do yoga, pranayam, or exercise daily in order to keep your health issues to the minimum. On a positive side, this time might bring some unexpected gains like inheritance or some property coming your way. But when it comes to money and investments, be careful. Saturn in your 5th house, while Jupiter, being 5th lord in the 8th house, is not a good time for risky or quick investments. It's better to focus on safe long-term investments. Think carefully before spending on anything risky. This time will bring a lot of changes and transformations in your life. You might face some insults or difficult moments, but if you want to study something deep or if you want to do research work, this is a very supportive period. It's a very good time for people interested in astrology or who are working in these fields like astrology, archaeology, philosophy, or literature, because both Jupiter and Saturn will support your hard work in these areas. Now, the 5th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 12th house, the sign of Libra. If you have had trouble sleeping, this transit may help improve your sleep. It's a great time for spiritual growth and learning, doing spiritual activities at home like prayer, reading holy scriptures, rituals, havans, etc. will bring good energy to your home and mind. Meditation or other inner practices will also help you a lot during this period. This aspect will also help reduce stress, which is important because Ketu will soon enter your 10th house and Rahu will be also aspecting your 12th house. So Jupiter's aspect will try to reduce the stress levels. Jupiter's influence here can support you to keep calm and balanced. Some of you might even get chances to travel abroad during this time. One thing to keep in mind is that Jupiter's 5th aspect on your 12th house might increase some expenses, especially on luxuries or things you don't really need. As said earlier, Rahu will be aspecting this house. So Rahu and Jupiter's transit aspect together on the 12th house can increase your expenses in these areas. So try not to spend unnecessarily. Use Jupiter's positive energy wisely. Now, the 7th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 2nd house, Sagittarius, where Saturn is also aspecting. This means big changes, events and lessons in your family, relationships and finances matter may happen. Saturn might bring some restrictions or challenges in money matters, but Jupiter's presence will give you support and protection. If you stay honest and do the right things, this period can bring financial improvement and good changes in your family life. In your family, you may have more responsibilities or changes coming. How good or bad these changes are depends on your personal chart and your karmas. Also, this transit will affect how you speak. So try to be thoughtful and careful with your words, whether in personal or professional life. Jupiter and Saturn here will teach you when to speak and when it's better to stay quiet. Now, the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your fourth house, Aquarius. Rahu will soon enter this house too, and Jupiter and Rahu will be looking or aspecting each other. This means Jupiter can help balance some of the tricky effects Rahu may bring here. This is a good time if you want to buy a property, but be very careful with paperwork and avoid any frauds or traps. Handle all true matters with patience and wisdom to avoid problems. Some property related issues might also pop up during this time, but Jupiter's influence will guide you to solve them. You can also buy assets or property during this time if you are cautious and if your chart permits. Sagittarius ascendant. For Sagittarius natals, Jupiter will be transiting your 7th house, the sign of Gemini. And Jupiter rules your 1st and your 4th house. So this is an important time for you. This period is good for businesses and partnerships. If you are working with others or planning to start a new business or partnership, Jupiter will support growth and success here. Although this will depend on your chart if partnership is good for you or not. Jupiter will support growth and success here. Communication will be very important in your work and business. You will learn how to speak wisely and diplomatically, which will help you deal better with people. If you are married, good communication with your spouse will bring stability and happiness in your marriage. You will be able to enjoy good quality time together. But sometimes you may feel some heaviness or moodiness in your marriage because Jupiter always brings a bit of weight where it is positioned. So if there are issues, Jupiter will also help you improve your relationships. Be careful when Jupiter moves through Ardra Nakshatra. It can create some pressure or tension in your married life and home environment during this time. So stay patient and calm during this time. If you are unmarried and have been looking for a partner, this time may bring a good chance to meet someone or even get engaged. Marriage is possible for many Sagittarius natals during this time. For businesses too, this is a good time to expand or make new partnerships. But don't rush to make impulsive decisions because Rahu will soon enter your 3rd house, which can push you to act quickly without thinking. Use Jupiter's wisdom and also Saturn's patience to avoid mistakes in business and relationships. Now the 5th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 11th house, the sign of Libra. This is a good time for financial gains and improving relationships with your elder siblings. Your desires can be fulfilled during this time. But make sure your goals are right and on the right path, because Rahu will be also aspecting this house. You may also try to expand your social circle and make new friends, but be careful about people you trust. Choose those who have good intentions and won't take advantage of you. And if your chart supports it, Jupiter's influence on the 11th house can also bring promotions or salary increases or increment in your career. This transit is also favorable for spiritual growth and gaining better knowledge. Now the 7th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 1st house, the sign of Sagittarius, where Saturn is also aspecting. So this double transit of Jupiter and Saturn on your 1st house will bring big changes and transformations in your overall life. It will try to change you deeply, including your mindset and how you see yourself and how others see you. You will learn important lessons regarding your life, including lessons about balancing your personal and professional life. Though sometimes it may feel difficult because these lessons will not be easy always. If you are married, Both you and your spouse may experience some weight gain during this time, so it's important to take care of your health. Pay attention to your diet, exercise regularly, practice yoga, meditation, pranayama, and try to live a healthier, more sattvic lifestyle. The good news is that any health issues you face during Jupiter's transit in Taurus will ease now, and your overall well-being will improve. Now, the ninth aspect of Jupiter will fall on your third house, the sign of Aquarius. Rahu will also soon enter this house, and Jupiter and Rahu will be aspecting each other. This creates a strong time to start new initiatives. You will feel more confident to take actions and move forward in various parts of your life. This combination supports creative and out of the box ideas, helping you think in a new way for your goals or business ventures. But remember, don't rush or make impulsive decisions. Plan carefully and act wisely, because Rahu can sometimes bring manipulation, deception, illusion, or unexpected obstacles in your if you are careless. In your neighborhood, there might be some challenges. Neighbors could create some issues or try to cause trouble. But Jupiter's aspect on this house will act as a protection and blessing, helping you navigate such problems smoothly. This is also a great time if you want to start a home-based business. Jupiter's influence here will support your efforts well here, only if your chart supports. Capricorn ascendants. For Capricorn natives, Jupiter will be transiting your 6th house, the sign of Gemini. Jupiter rules your 12th house and your 3rd house. This transit of Jupiter in your 6th house can bring some hidden health issues to the surface, especially related to lungs, stomach, or breathing problems. Or any health issues can come to surface during this time, or may be diagnosed during this time. Remember, Rahu will soon enter your 2nd house, Aquarius, and it will aspect Jupiter in your 6th house. So it's very important to monitor your health carefully and address any concerns without delays. Maintaining a positive daily routine, eating on time, sleeping well, and following healthy habits will help you manage your overall well-being. If you do this, Jupiter will support you towards better health and help you handle any issues that come up. Be very careful with your speech during this time, because if not handled wisely, your words can create disputes. Since Rahu will also enter your 2nd house and aspect your and will be aspecting your 5th house, this can seriously affect your communication. Sometimes careless speech may even lead to legal disputes, especially concerning neighbors. Also, hidden enemies might get revealed now, but the positive influence of Jupiter on your 6th house will help reduce the impact of these enemies. This is a good time for those appearing for competitive exams. If you work sincerely and with dedication, you will have an advantage. This period may also help you get a loan, but be very careful not to take excessive debt, because Jupiter's expansive nature sometimes makes people borrow more than they need or can repay. So only take loans that are absolutely necessary and manageable. Now, talking about Jupiter's aspect, Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on your 10th house, the sign of Libra. Both Rahu and Jupiter aspecting your 10th house can bring new career opportunities, especially if you are looking for a job or considering a career change. This aspect supports career progress, but be cautious as there might be minor chances of job-related fraud. So always verify the authenticity of employer and details before joining any company. This period is favorable for career growth, and many can expect increments in promotions during this transit. Now, Jupiter's 7th aspect will fall on your 12th house, the sign of Sagittarius. Here, Saturn is also aspecting. This double transit of both Jupiter and Saturn on your 12th house encourages you to engage in spiritual activities, meditation, prayer, havan, puja. It's a very good time to do such practices. You may also feel inspired to donate to the needy. Overall, this period is very positive for spirituality. Some negative effects of Saturn's aspect on your 12th house, like health issues or sleep problems, can be softened or improved by Jupiter's presence year. This is also a good time for healing, whether mental or physical. Those involved in healing medicine, occult sciences, spiritual practices, or even the law profession will benefit during this period. Moving on to Jupiter's ninth aspect, it will fall on your second house, the sign of Aquarius. As mentioned, Rahu will soon enter this house. So Jupiter and Rahu will be aspecting each other. This makes this period very important for you to stay on the right path, especially when it comes to acquiring new financial resources. Jupiter's aspect on your second house will help you positively with finances. If there is any chaos or tension in your family, Jupiter's influence can guide you towards improving those relationships, provided you are willing to put in effort. But a word of caution, avoid taking shortcuts in your career or financial dealings. Both Jupiter and Saturn will not tolerate unethical or hasty actions in the coming phases. So be patient and stay honest on your path. Aquarius ascendant. For Aquarius natives, Jupiter will be transiting your 5th house. Jupiter rules your 2nd house and your 11th house. So this transit brings many shifts and opportunities for joy, creativity, and deeper connections with your loved ones, especially your children. If you are planning to conceive, this is a supportive time, even for those considering IVF. Just make sure to take care of your health during pregnancies. If you have children, this transit helps resolve ongoing issues and strengthens your bond with them. It's a wonderful period to spend quality time with your kids and deepen your relationship. For students, this is an excellent time to expand knowledge and excel in studies. If you are not a student but want to gain new skills or an edge in your career, this transit supports that as well. Creativity will also increase. So if you work in creative fields, you will feel inspired. For those practicing spiritual activities like mantra chanting or meditation, your efforts will be more rewarding now. But just make sure that you do not go on the wrong path, because your ascendant will soon see the transit of Rahu. Rahu will be transiting your 1st house, your ascendant. So please don't go on the wrong path. Use the positives of Jupiter and Saturn rather than falling for the Maya of Rahu. Don't use the means of manipulation in any area of your life. Then it will be more beneficial to you. Now Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on your 9th house, the sign of Libra. This is a very favorable time for spiritual growth and higher learning. Rahu will also aspect this house, making it even more powerful. So if you want to pursue higher education, now is a good time to work hard for your future. Your father might face minor health issues, but Jupiter will guide you to help improve those if you put in effort. You may also find a spiritual guru or take long journeys during this time. If you stay on the right path, luck will support you. Now Jupiter's 7th aspect will fall on your 11th house, the sign of Sagittarius, where Saturn is also aspecting. So this double transit encourages you to work hard to fulfill your desires. If your desires are pure and your efforts are sincere, this period will validate and help fulfill them. It will bring transformations in your income and show you who your true well-wishers are. Keep close those who stand by you in tough times and maintain harmonious relationships with them. Your relationship with siblings, either elder or especially the elder ones, may also transform, whether positively or negatively depends on your chart. Be careful about finances. Avoid shortcuts or easy methods, as Saturn won't allow that. This transit will teach you many lessons, both theoretical and practical. So stay humble, polite, and open-minded. Now the 9th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 1st house, the sign of Aquarius. As said earlier, Rahu will also enter this house soon, so it's crucial to avoid unethical or wrong paths in life. Jupiter here will guide you, so use its wisdom to stay on the right track. Take care of your health, diet, and lifestyle, because Rahu's influence on your ascendant can affect you physically and mentally. Focus on your karma without worrying too much about the results or thinking too much about your desires. This Jupiter transit will help you find inner satisfaction and maintain balance. Use this time to reassess your past actions, improve mistakes, and grow spiritually. This process can bring both inner growth and material benefits. Just avoid heavy investments in speculative markets, especially during the period when Jupiter transits Ardra Nakshatra, as this time can bring unpredictable results in this regard. Pisces ascendant. For Pisces natals, Jupiter rules your first house and your 10th house. Jupiter will be transiting your 4th house, which is the sign of Gemini. This is a favorable time for improving your finances and doing savings. It's also a great time to improve your relationships at your home with your family. Your family will act as a guiding force during this period, especially your mother. She can be a big support when you feel low or depressed. So whenever you feel down or confused, take advice from your mother. This time also gives you a chance to work on your relationship with her. Jupiter will bring peace and positivity in your home environment, which will give you peace of mind and relaxation. You may feel more comfortable and relaxed at home now. This is also a good time for those wanting to purchase a property or asset. Positive developments are possible in these areas. If you work in agriculture, organic farming, or land related fields, this period will be beneficial. Many people might also work from home or start home-based businesses during this time. Now, Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on your 8th house, the sign of Libra. Rahu will also aspect this house when it enters Aquarius. So, this combination can bring relief in some health issues. And sometimes it can also reveal hidden health problems so that you can address them, you can work on them. Many big transformations may happen in your life during this time. Jupiter's aspect on the 8th house supports deep research, exploration, and learning, so go for it. This transit is excellent for those involved in astrology, occult, mysticism, archaeology, technical fields, etc. So if you are in these professions or want to pursue them, this period supports you well. Now, Jupiter's 7th aspect will fall on your 10th house, the sign of Sagittarius, where Saturn is also aspecting. This summer transit will bring major transformations in your career. If you have been struggling to find a job, this period may bring positive career events and new opportunities. But you need to work hard because Saturn's aspect requires effort and discipline. Jupiter will reward your hard work and provide positive results if you stay committed. You may face some challenges or issues with colleagues, but Jupiter's wisdom will guide you on handling these situations with grace. Staying positive, diplomatic, and calm will help a lot. This phase will also bring new deep learning and understanding. If you keep to ethical ways and avoid shortcuts, over time both Jupiter and Saturn will support steady growth and success. The results may not be instant or easy, but slow and steady progress will happen. Now, the 9th aspect of Jupiter will fall on your 12th house, Aquarius, where Rahu will enter soon. Jupiter will aspect Rahu and Rahu will aspect Jupiter, so which can bring opportunities related to going abroad if your chart supports. This can mean career opportunities overseas, traveling for work, or even settling in a foreign land. You might also purchase a property in a foreign land during this time. This is also a time for spiritual growth, a good time. Jupiter's aspect on the 12th house can bring relief in health and sleep issues if you have any, but not complete relief. Engaging in spiritual activities will be beneficial for you. It will bring peace and positivity both mentally and physically. This aspect will also help keep your stress levels low and reduce overthinking. Just stay stress free. Try to stay stress free, and Jupiter will help with that. Career wise, this period is favorable for those working in MNCs or those whose career is related to foreign or anything international. So it's a good time for growth in such areas. So that's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, namaste.